Hey, I was just looking at this flyer. It looks like a really fun bake sale coming up, but I was having a hard time finding the time that it started. Anyway, let's start today's lesson with a review of some spelling words. I want you to have something to write on for this review. I'm going to show you some spelling words with some letters missing, and I want you to write the complete spelling word, including those missing letters. Can you correctly remember which one they are? Now, right before the answer is revealed, you'll hear a sound like this. If you're not ready, be sure to pause the program and write the word in full before you see the answer. All right, let's begin. Now, wasn't that fun? I hope you did a good job on that. If you have a particular word that you tend to struggle with every time you have to write it, like say the word protein, you can use this learn to spell a word form that we talked about in an earlier lesson. Let's look at that now. On the form, let's say you want the word protein is the one that you need to practice. Let's follow these instructions. And you would write the word you're going to study. So you would write the word protein right there. Then you have some instructions and some things to do with that. Look for patterns in the word. If I were doing this and I needed to remember it, I would remember that it does not follow the IE pattern. So I might write that down and cross it out and make myself remember protein is EI. Also, we talked about be sure to say and listen to the word. Pro, so here you're hearing the O sound, protein, and you're hearing a lot of those sounds of the consonants and the vowels in that word. And so if you say that and listen to it, it hopefully will help it stick in your mind and you'll be able to spell it better. Then you're going to cover and think about it. So you fold your paper there and you think about that word protein. How would I spell it? Have it, picture it in your head, the P-R-O-T-E-I-N. All right, and then the next step over here is write it and say it. So write it again. Protein. Okay, and then check it. Oops, I still missed it. Okay, I still got it wrong. So if I got it wrong, then I can go over here to the third section, write any misspelled word again, and I would have a list of words that I still need to master. If instead I had it spelled correctly, then I could go on to another word that I need to work on. So use the Learn to Spell a Word study method before the final test in our next lesson and try to master the words that you're struggling with. Now let's go ahead and look at our work text page 33 today. All right, this is going to be a fun activity and I hope you'll use your creativity for it. Mrs. Cranfield is designing a flyer to announce the church's fall picnic, and she asked her daughter, Mia, to help her. Here's the information that they need to include in the flyer, and then your instructions are to take the space below and include all that information and kind of lay out a flyer. Now, here's the one that I did. You can spread it out over the whole thing. The reason it tells you to put things in columns is, again, just to make sure you include all of the information. A lot of times people leave off the time or they don't tell whether there's a cost involved or something like that. So this is just my example. You can make up your own. You could also use the form, maybe turn it sideways and lay it out there. What you're doing is just sketching out the information that you would want to include in a flyer. You might also, after you do that, you could go ahead and create something on the computer, maybe and include some clip art or some pictures or whatever. But any way you want to do it would be fine. And if you don't want to use this event that we're talking about on our paper, you could make up your own event. Maybe your church is having a yard sale, or maybe you want to start your own business like raking leaves or pet sitting. Actually, when I was your age, I invited my friends over to a Bible story in our backyard, and so a flyer would have been really helpful when I was a kid for something like that. Whatever you choose, sketch out what you want it to look like, and then double check a couple things. I want you to make sure you include all the information that someone would need to know about your event. What time does it start? Where is it? How does someone get in touch with you? What are the costs involved? Is there anything they need to bring? Think through every question that someone might have when they see your flyer and be sure to include that in your flyer. Then, since this is spelling class, make sure you've spelled everything correctly. Well, that is all for today. I want you to have fun with that assignment, and I will see you next time. Bye.